Hey everybody, welcome. This is Sergeant Beast Larson. This ICE incident in Minnesota, Rachael Good, was a tragedy. Very sad for her family, those close to her, children, etc. Nobody wants to lose anybody for any reason, for any cause, and especially not in war, conflict, protest. There's, my background. I come from the military. I'm retired police, corrections. I've been at protests. I've been involved in riots in a prison as a correctional officer and sergeant. It it's traumatic, it's tragic, it is terrible. There's some events that led up to this, her relocating, choosing to go to one of the most volatile cities along with Chicago, LA, New York City. We've got some places. If you go to those cities to get a better life, I don't understand that. You go to a quieter place for a better life, for a new start, for a fresh start. And it wasn't for work because her wife talks about her writing, loving to read and to write, and the fact that if she wasn't writing, she was talking about writing, planning. So I guess she wanted to go and get involved in this political Homeland Security, ICE, immigration, deportation situation. I'm not going to say a war. It's not declared a war. She chose to go there. Information comes out. In the very beginning, it was all she was family. She was love. Everybody loved. She's innocent of everything. She's perfect. And the ICE guy officer is terrible. And then the ICE officer, oh, he's a veteran. He's got post-traumatic stress. I'm a veteran. I got post-traumatic stress. He was involved in an incident earlier this year. Somebody ran him over and drug him. I haven't been drugged like that. I've been through some very violent situations. If you want to think because of something happened earlier this year, hi everybody, hi. Let's talk. Ian Frost, Foxy Blocks T, let's talk. Your Tujan. Thank you, welcome. We're talking about Rachael Good, an ICE officer, and then just to recap here for you, just jumping on. I got a military background. I'm retired police and correction. I've been in riots. I've been in things. One of my point is, she moved. The news says she's a great family person. She moved to Minneapolis to start a new life. Why would you go to one of the top 5 cities that are in the most involved situation with Homeland Security, ICE, deportation, that whole thing? It has become a conflict. It's not a war, but it's a conflict because there's two sides and it is violent. The crimes are being committed. Why would you go there for a new start? She's a writer. Her wife says she's a writer. She writes or talks about writing. So she wants to cover this, be a news reporter. I get it. And then information comes out. Hey, man, hi. Igor, how you doing? You want to go to do that, you get on the sidewalk. You don't get in your vehicle. And it's come out that there's training, and I haven't confirmed any of this because I'm not going to Minneapolis. I'm not going to go there and interview everybody and go stick my face in my camera in the middle of all that. But she hadn't had a weapon in her vehicle. She was training to be this warrior. Why is she in the middle of the street and her wife behind her videotaping this? This is what I want to know. Say hi. Yep, hi, Igor. Thanks for comments. Keep them coming. If you're being innocent and you're in a vehicle with Homeland Security and they tell you to stop and you don't stop, and you've got your wife, your best friend, your BFF, your lover, your whoever behind you, cousin, neighbor, and they're videotaping what you're doing, you're planning to do something. You're not just like some water. Are you hungry? You're not there to be a support like a fireman. Why? She's videotaping. They're planning something. She intentionally did not obey the orders of the officer. I've been in multiple situations where people in the street and being like this as uniform, giving directions, giving commands. You don't drive at me because I'm going to pull you out the window or I'm going to do something. If you put my life in danger, I'm going to do something. So are all my friends. I was a training instructor. I taught people this. You don't get in front of a moving, don't try and run an officer over. You don't do that. And now today, the reporting officer, who was struck has internal bleeding, and she hit him. Well, they're also saying today the lawyer for George Floyd's family, who George Floyd was looking for an easy payout, his family looking for a payout, is going to represent the wife and the family of Rachael Good, seeking a paycheck. You know what? People want to be a martyr, and there are those that will. And I worked in a max security prison, a bunch of people doing life without parole, life without, never going to get out. If they had the opportunity to do something, be a hero one more day so their family could get a paycheck, I'm telling you, people will go and do that. People will go and do that. I just got breaking news. One of the Cincinnati Bengals player was in a rollover injury accident. I hope he's okay. Playoffs and stuff, Bengal season's over. I hope he's okay. I have been to so many fatal car wrecks as a police officer investigating. So many. So we're talking about car wrecks. Breaking news, Cincinnati, Ohio Bengals player involved in an injury accident with a rollover. And then you've got the protest and a conflict in the street against law enforcement agents, police, Homeland Security, U.S. Marshals, FBI, CIA, DEA, whoever they're involved in the street. When I tell you to stop, you got to stop. There's a reason they're there, and they are there for public safety purposes. You can't try and do this. You can't run over. Yeah, the wife is now in jail over this. Can you elaborate, Justin Bradford? Thanks for joining. I was at the hospital with my wife today, actually, for iron infusion. So I did not see the wife is in jail. Tell me. Shout out to Blake. There you go, Blake. Thank you. Frost, thanks for staying on. Igor Tuzin, if I say that right. Thanks for staying on. Shout out to everybody. Thanks for joining. Put some comments and tell me what you think. I do agree in the death penalty. Yes, I do agree to the states. If crowd tries to block you in your vehicle and put you in harm, your family in harm, then you have a right to run them over. I do believe in that. I do believe in that, and I will do that. Don't get in front of me. I got a big expedition. What's up, Renee Rezio? Thanks for joining. What's up? We're talking about this Rachael Good situation. She's not an angel. None of us are angels. I'll put it that way. I'm a Christian person. I'm not an angel. Don't try and harm me, because I will harm you. I've been in violent confrontations in law enforcement 29 years, and I will as a civilian, retired. Don't get in my business. Let me be my retired self and do my thing. Let me cut my hair the way I want to. Let me go fishing if I want to. Here's a clue. I am far away from Minneapolis and New York City and Los Angeles and the cities that have all this violent confrontation. You know why? I don't need to be there. I don't need to do that. I've got a wife and kids. I got grandkids. Life should be peaceful and good and be a celebration of the positivity. Be a positive person. Yes, I have PTSD. I've seen more death than you want to know. I got a podcast, Painting for PTSD. Check it out on my YouTube channel. Check it out. Look at my videos. Make some comments. Give me some topics. You want to talk about something with me, let me know. PTSD is no joke, but it doesn't give her a right to drive at an officer when he tells her to stop, when she's in a place intentionally doing this. It doesn't give her wife the right to videotape and